been very active lately because I am traveling this beautiful planet Terra, and I am actually in France, in beautiful area. I will not disclose, but traveling, I happen to be in beautiful places as this one. Well, 2023, it has started. It is going to be interesting. It is the tipping point of the history of humanity of Earth. Now, as you know, I've seen the future in 20 years' time now, and in 20 years' time, we've achieved a lot of things. Why? Because we are getting on with each other. That is something that is strange to think, because we believe we are not able to get on with each other. But that's an illusion. We actually are. We are able. Why we are arguing so much instead of discussing intelligently different perspectives and point of view? It's because we are manipulated to do so. This year, we are going to understand this, because the conflicts between human beings is going to reach a paroxysm that is going to be so elevated that you will realize humanity works as this. Unfortunately, as humans, we are always pushed to an extreme to learn the lesson. But that's humans. We do that. Well, Thorhan Eredion, my contact in Galactic Federation of Worlds, has taken the time and he has worked a lot to gather good wishes from different people in the Galactic Federation of Worlds that you know. Well, I am not going to use time and read all the testimonies and the words, the good wishes of the people he managed to get the testimony from. Before I start, I would like to add something. You know, Thorhan, as all people in the Galactic Federation of Worlds, wish not to be adored, wish not to be, you know, admired more than you should. They've always thought that anything that is called Lord or Master, it's regarding ETs, it's not right, because the positive ETs would never call themselves lords or masters. That's the regressives that make you believe, like Lord Ashtar. That's one, for instance. You know, Ashtar is just a military title. They would never present themselves, introduce themselves like as lords, you know. So Thorhan, I say that because Thorhan has recently been promoted, but he always asks me not to tell about it because it's not important, you know, it's just a military title. Because the war has stopped in the star system, Thorhan, working with the Earth Alliance, has had more time to do different jobs. So he has been going to Mars, as I described in my book, The Seeders, all the story and in my videos, working with the Alpha Centaurian colonies. He's been on Jupiter, he's been on Ganymede, he's been on different places and on the moon as well, working with the laboratories on the hidden side of the moon, with the producing of the new medical technology. Well, and he's been working with the High Command. So how does that work? The Excelsior, which is one of the 4 motherships of the Galactic Federation of Worlds in this star system, each one of these motherships have a High Command. For instance, the mothership that Thorhan calls the battle station, and that personnel from Solar Warden and the Earth Alliance called the Excelsior has a high command. And at the head of this high command is High Commander Ardana. But there are many other commanders and officers working in the high command. So Thorhan is now working with the high command and still fleet commander, but just having a shift working with now officers. Now is being promoted officer in the high command. So he's a high commander officer, and he's just more able to share intel. That's also why, and is more able to have free access to all the secrets and all the diplomatic actions. So yes, so he should be called High Commander Officer Thorhan, but he's just for everyone Thorhan Eredion, and just an officer in the Galactic Federation of Worlds. That doesn't matter, it's just a title. So is still Thorhan Eredion. Well, this is also because myself, as an emissary, I have been more and more involved in diplomatic off-world events, and I also share this in my latest book, because there's so much to share. And Thorhan is able to share. I am able to share with Thorhan, and he's able to accompany me, and especially when I'm visiting IA, for instance. Things like this, or going to the High Council, and I'm allowed to share with him everything that I see and hear and understand, etc. Well, I'm going to start by what Thorhan said. Thorhan was talking about, yes, I published a little quote today, stop kneeling. The time for kneeling on your knees, bending on your knees, is over, okay? Now is the time that you stand up and you rise, as he said. Everyone was cued to bend by fear of our manipulation. It's wrong. We're not meant to kneel. No one is meant to kneel in front of anyone or anything. To repeat my own words, kneel only in front of your own beauty and divinity. That's it. We are fractals of Source, and not even in front of Source, Monsieur Neil. It's don't kneel. That's it. Stand up in every sense of this term. Oh. That's the message from Thorhan. Stop kneeling. Not in front of a religion, not in front of a God or supreme being or supreme politician or leader. No, that's the old pattern. That's the old paradigm. And you know, when the paradigm changes, always the ancient paradigm fights back and tries to re-stick, you know. So this is what Thorhan said. So now Thorhan got a message from Commander Ardana. He gave me all these messages, and I had to write them very quickly. So it's not the exact words in the sentence, but I'm going to read them as he told me, as I took the notes. So Ardana, High Commander Ardana from the Excelsior. The Earth Alliance, she says, has taken control behind the scenes. Military. Working at taking over all institutions, replacing key personnel. She cannot disclose more for tactical reasons, as we could understand. The dark works at division. Do not fear authority anymore. Authority must only exist as a guiding line through times of chaos, suggesting and never imposing. This authority is more like a guidance. An authority that asks you to sacrifice your daily, most simple little freedoms for the good of a state, a society, hides non-beneficial agendas for the populations. Then she says this: we are here, even if you do not see us. We have always been here. When you do not understand why we are not as visible as you would like to, remember that we are very active behind the scenes, working very closely with your good leaders and our common military programs on planet and off planet. This year, more scientific reveals will be released to the population of Terra. Members of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, such as the Umit and the Meton and the Silo, have been very active to relentlessly share technologies with many contactees. These people are now going to speak, for they will now be protected by new laws. Interesting. Ardana continues and says, 2023 will be the year of rediscovery. Rediscovery of your own sovereignty, of your human cognitive capacities, rediscovery of released technologies, a rediscovery of an ancient past coming to the surface, notably from islands in your oceans. And she ends by saying, open the pyramids. People rush to the pyramids, focus on the pyramids this year, open the pyramids. Thorhan also now gathers some words from Commander Denethor. Denethor works with the secret space programs on the Excelsior, and he works with the Mantids Meisha, you know, for those who know Denethor and Meisha. So this is what he says. This year, there will be disclosing of truth regarding the deep space programs. Those afraid to speak will step up and speak. What clashes with the honest space program members and recruits betrays an agenda. There has been, as I understand, a few honest secret space program members and recruits who have been talking, and such as I have names here, but different space programs, positive space programs, like for instance solar warden programs like Jean-Charles Moyen, dark space programs like the Dark Fleet, like Nachtwaffen, like Tony Rodriguez was taken, also Randy Kramer, and was taken on Mars, and another different space program. We have other difference. I know Rebecca Rose, Nira Terrella, and other ones I cannot name because I just don't have the list. These ones all corroborate each other, you know, and this, when truth corroborates from different sources, it strengthens the truth, you know, and that is very good. So what does Denethor say? He said something else. He said, he said, because he's really involved, he's working for the space programs, the collaboration space programs between Earth and the Galactic Federation, the Earth Alliance space programs. That's how we should call it, the Earth Alliance space programs. EASP, yes. People working for the space programs. People working for, I just wrote down letters. People working for the deep state, DDS, deep state, and who are programmed to shut down the space program disclosure will fail. Why? Because their masters and controllers have gone, leaving behind chaos and rogue elements. So, very sad for the rogue elements, but that's what Denethor says. So, more disclosure and more clarity regarding to the space program, the Earth Alliance space programs. Now, Thorhan also got a little word from Myra. Yes, Myra, our friend Myra, who is back in the Sirius B system on Nayan, her planet. And she told Thorhan that the freedom from the servitude of the Nebu has now propagated to other star systems in a snowball effect. The Nebu are done, she says. I have a little commentary to do about that, is that it is possible to defeat the most scary enemy by uniting, by being together. I was told a very long time ago that the fate of Earth would be decisive for the whole galaxy. I was thinking, how a little planet at the edge of the galaxy is going to be decisive for the whole galaxy? Because things happen everywhere. And I know there's another location like Earth where there was the same problems. It was actually Epsilon Eridani, the homeworld of Valnek. I'm going to talk about him later. Well, what happened is that the 11-9 plus a little bit more Nebu officers, the Eban who left the Dulce base, and were caught in 2021 near the Stargate, near Jupiter, and trapped and being brought back to the Excelsior. And Thorhan was part of the expedition and the catch. That's why it's been promoted also. Well, they've been caught really straight away because, and straight away enough, that was first, that because, that they could put them straight away in stasis in this blue gel. I've seen that, the floating tall Ebans. The Ebans have no nose, but they have prosthesis that allows them to breathe in our Earth atmosphere. That's why they are called long nose grays, but in fact, it's a prosthetic thing. So sometimes we can see Ebans on their home world with no nose, like a gray, and when they're on Earth with a big nose to breathe, it's a prosthesis. Anyway, so I saw that big nose grays. It's weird to see big nose grays. Anyway, that was lucky because that was destiny. Because when grays are caught, they are instantly deactivated, like taken off their synthetic bodies by the queen, by the hive, because otherwise, they are deactivated. Because not to give any information about the hive and the whole collective. Well, they couldn't be deactivated because they've been caught fast enough. So that's how Thorhan and Denethor could crack. Well, not Thorhan was in charge of the military catch, but Denethor could crack the code of the hive. And a nasty thing has been sent back on the frequency of the hive. And what has happened to this hive? I made an important video with it, the collapse of the dominion, explaining all of this. What happened to this hive is that it's collapsing, and that's why it allows the Sirius B system to liberate themselves and kick the grays. That's why it allows other star systems to liberate. Well, now that the hive is collapsing, the Nebu Empire is falling apart and collapsing. What happens to the grays? Because they are creatures from source as well, that you want it or not, they are. They are reforming all their planetary hive back. I have had that confirmed. They are forming back all their planetary hive. They are going to be okay, but the empire will be not okay, will be destroyed, gone. It will be history. And that's it. So that's what's happening with the Nebu Empire collapsing. The empire has been defeated. Hooray to the Black League who came back and incarnated here. Hi, fellows Black League. Now, I have a message from Seladion, from Thorhan, relayed by Thorhan. Seladion, you know, is an AHEL pilot from Taygeta. He's been on board Thorhan's crew when I was rescued with Valnek and Myra when I was 9 years old. Seladion says, always keep joy and fun in your heart. Laugh each day for a silly thing. Never let a day go without a smile. This is power, Seladion says. Now, Akvaru. Long dark hair, beautiful Akvaru, our rebel from Alcyon, the Tal Shiar rebel who left Tal Shiar and went to join the Federation to fight against Tal Shiar and liberate his people. So he was just a mercenary soldier, and now he's been a soldier, and then now he is being trained to become a diplomat. Very hard training, but he's managing it and is becoming a good diplomat that he will be soon promoted ambassador. It's quick training, but he will be soon promoted ambassador to be able to be officially going to Alcyon on behalf of the Galactic Federation and deal with the Alcyon government and have a voice. And he will be backed up by the Federation. That is how Akvaru is going to save his planet. Now, Akvaru, I'm sorry, ladies, he has a girlfriend. He met someone on the Excelsior. He met a Pleiadian lady, a girl. She's from Maya, and her name is Nora. She works in the military science department in the administration. I do not exactly know what she's doing. I never could understand that, but her boss is Denethor. She is tiny, very slim, always a blonde ponytail. She's beautiful green eyes, and they're very much in love, and she's pregnant. She is soon going to give birth to their daughter, Emi, E-M-I. Denethor says, as a message, and he always says that, forgive only once you have won the fight. Forgiveness is acceptance, accepting the situation. Accept only victory. Forgive in order to cut the link and set your enemy free. After the victory, accept only victory. This is something Akvaru insists always very much. There is a conditioning, you know. we slap you on the right cheek, turn the left. That's the deep state thing that, you know, oh, if we slap you, just give the other cheek. I mean, stop that. You know, you understand now the evil in that. You know, this abuse. So that's for Akvaru. Then Thorhan gathered a message from Anax. I could have contacted him myself, but he did. So Anax is not part of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. He's part of the Council of Five. But Anax says this via Thorhan. Dhamma Ma. Tolerance and unity are the only conditions to embrace the new welcoming age of Earth as a galactic culture. Well, these are the short but powerful words of Anax. Dhamma Ma. Tolerance and unity, only condition to embrace the new welcoming age of Earth as a galactic culture. I want to commend this. The deep state has groomed humans of Earth to fear what is different. And when you fear, you hate. You fear what you do not understand, you fear what is not like you, and you hate this, and you want to harm them. We've been groomed like this, among each other. For the day when we are ready to meet other galactic cultures who are way more different than us between us, we do not accept them, and we refuse to move forward in our Star Trek future. So please decondition yourself with hate. Stop hating each other. What is different? It's different. It's different. It's fantastic. It's exciting. It's intriguing. Communicate. Learn from each other. Learn from your differences. We are united in our differences. Differences make the universe. It's necessary. It's what makes life everywhere. Now, I have a surprise for you. But Thorhan actually had a surprise for me and for everyone. Thorhan, as he was promoted in the High Command, was able to access to secured communication with someone who has been his very good friend from a very long time ago, someone who is a very good friend of mine in my childhood, who took me many times in space. And this friend is Valnek, our beautiful friend Valnek, of his real name that he consented to disclose, Valorian Neg Oyoran. He's from planet Koran in Epsilon Eridani system. He's not Pleiadian, he's Kahel. Valnek had been dismissed from the Galactic Federation of Worlds in the star system in October 2021, more than a year ago, when one of his contacts on Earth had programming switching on, and he had to leave. Well, the whole story, you know it, and you can find it also in my book, The Cedars, detailed. This message was relayed by a communication Thorhan had today with Valnek. A secure communication monitored by Ardana, a representative of the High Council of the Galactic Federation, and I don't know who, but one representative of the Andromedan Council, because they all look after each other upstairs. So that's a message from Valnek, and I was a bit emotional because it's a long time I hadn't heard of my friend, because he's been away since more than a year, you know. So he says this message from Valnek. He says this to Thorhan. Tell them I will never forget my time serving for the Galactic Federation of Worlds. It is with great sadness that I had to leave my duties in the Sol system. But in my heart, I knew already the outcome of the situation in the Sol system. I began a new chapter in my life in October 2021 with a new assignment to a different and undisclosed star system. I am no longer fleet commander for the Galactic Federation of Worlds, but I hold now a quite interesting job. I will say no more. Thorhan was exceptionally allowed to pass on this message. I am also confirming to you, in true honesty, that I have no longer been in contact with anyone on Terra since October 2021, when I was dismissed from my function and sent away. Lies presented in my name have no ties with me. Here we all look after each other and watch each other, and I have, as witnessed the High Council of the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the Zenatean Council. I salute you with affection. I will come back when all illusions have shattered. These were the words from Valnek received today by Thorhan. Emotional for everyone. He's happy. He's very happy. He likes his new job. He had time to get used to it, I know. But he's happy. He's okay. He's okay. And your distances in space are so short for everyone. So, you know, I know Thorhan has had the occasion to see him, and they haven't lost contact now. After a certain period of time, now Thorhan is allowed to visit him wherever he is, which I will not disclose. It's very far from here. Now, next person, Commander Ambassador Val Thor from Venus. This was the great challenge from Thorhan because that's the most difficult person to join. I could have done it myself, but Thorhan did it. It's such a Christmas present, all these messages. Val Thor said, unite, stop playing the games of division. I have great sympathy for the people of Terra, even if I vowed to remain discreet. I am working actively within the political circles of the Earth Alliance. We are preparing the disclosure of Solar Warden to the civilian awareness. Yes, we are preparing the disclosure of Solar Warden to the civilian awareness. That would have happened sooner or later, right? So that's what Val Thor said. Who? Now, Thorhan also got a message from Una. He worked very hard. Well, not that hard, it was pleasure always. So Una said, all arcs have now activated. There was a window, 2017, 2022. You have succeeded. You are moving forward and onward, she says. That's what she said. I'm commenting on this. The agony nearly now half a century ago, they came and left a message saying that 2017, 2022 would be a window during which we could change the timeline. That was a window, and we changed it, we fixed it, it's stable, and on the winter solstice or summer solstice, let's say the solstice, December 2022, the timeline has been set, the window has closed, and we are now moving forward. We succeeded this challenge. We succeeded. We won. The timeline is now secured. Only now what is left is to take our power. It is going to move forward, but if we want to accelerate things, we need to do all what these beautiful people are saying to us. Unite. Stop arguing. Be kind. Be respectful. They all say the same thing. So now, Thorhan couldn't get Ia, Prince Ia, or Enki, so I did earlier on. And first Ia didn't know why. I wanted him to give an advice, what was so special. I said, well, the Earth had a spinner again, and the Earthlings are starting a new number in the year, and 23. He said, okay, yes, well, I said something. Ia is not coming to Earth, he's staying near Saturn, and he doesn't want to come because he doesn't need to, and he doesn't want to be either worshipped or either tried to be killed. He won't come near Earth. He stayed in the Nibiru ship near Saturn. So this is what Ia said to me to pass on to you today, January 1st, 2023. Believe in your own potential. Medical technology. If medical technology that is given to you offers you to activate and reactivate your own already dormant potential, this is for your greater good. If a medical technology is offered to you to add up and upgrade artificially your already existent potential, activated or not, you may decide if you want to place trust in this technology or not. So that is important. Commentary from me. I think Ia refers now to the Adamic DNA sample that he brought back and is now implemented in the medical technology on the moon. He makes a point here saying that if you are offered and presented a medical technology that is offering to repair you, to heal you and repair you, or activate what is dormant in you, take it. But if this technology adds up to your body foreign artificial or chemical elements, or offers you to upgrade you, or add up some artificial things to you, you may want to think. That can be positive, or that can have an agenda. So that's the difference. Where to put your trust first? Anything that upgrades you naturally. Anything that activates you naturally, activates what is already in you naturally. Trust it. But if it adds up foreign elements and, try to know more about it. Okay? So here bringing back the Adamic sample is a repairing. It's a frequency. It's not a biological thing. It's not something that is going to be put in your body. It's a frequency key because DNA is frequency. DNA is a geometrical technology. It's something that is all about dynamic geometry. And this is going to be put in the medical beds and is going to repair holographically the damaged strands of DNA within you and reconnect the hydrogen bonds and everything. So that can activate what is dormant but already there. Okay, unlock what the blocks that were there, put there. So that is the part of the good medical technology. Ia continues. He says, apologies not to have been able to come back earlier, but I had to wait that Enlil lost the custody of Terra. I gave Saturn back to the Earth Alliance and these accords have been signed on Mimas. The ancient builder races manifesting again this year will reveal themselves. And he ends by tell them that I love them unconditionally. He reads us. He really loves humanity unconditionally. Otherwise, he wouldn't have cared to come back because he didn't have to. You understand that he didn't have to, but he chose to right the wrongs and repair karma. He has dignity. He has honor. He came back as soon as he could. Once Enlil had lost the battle on Earth and the custody of Earth. He came back just at the same time the Seeders came, because the Seeders came also for the same reasons. The Earth was free. He came back to right the wrongs his family had done. His same family that had cast him away. The Anunnaki have a bad name here on Earth because Enlil and his faction had caused tremendous damages to this day, and Marduk, and Ninota. I mean, all of these have been taken off. He came nonetheless, knowing that he would be hated because he bears this name, Anunnaki. He knew he would be trashed. He knew people would spit on him, but it didn't matter to him. He came because he wanted to do this. He wanted to bring back the Adamic DNA, the template, the frequency key, to repair by quantum resonance the human DNA that had been blocked. He knew how to do this. Only him could do it. He brought it back. And now the karma has been flattened. There's no more karma on the name Anunnaki. Well, in this star system. And He has balls, as we say. This is my friend. And he loves you, even those who hate him, he loves them. This is how wise and ancient and elevated he is. And these were the words from here. And the last person I have good wishes and message from is Thorhan's own brother, Jenhan Eredion. And Jenhan Eredion, who is a terraformer, studies at the moment in our star systems on the ships of the Seeders, who are in the vicinity of Ganymede and Jupiter. Because he learns so much with them. He learns about more aspects of terraforming, of seeding life, of life forming. He's really enjoying himself, Jenhan, here. So he's more often here, and we have been working very hard with Dan Willis and Jenhan to get answers to questions, and we still have one last little question to sort out. And we are going to produce a series of videos about how to use crystals on other different applications. So that's, wait for it, it's in preparation, coming soon. Well, Jenhan says this to you, and I will finish on these words. Focus on the capacities of crystals and 0-point energy. It is free. It is simple. It is present all around us. And it will be the downfall of the human slave masters. The key to open to your future is love. For love opens infinite possibilities. If I have one wish, today a good friend of mine, his name is Alex, he asked me what my wish for this year would be. My personal wish, it's always the same every year. This year is very special. My personal wish is, it's not for me. It's for all of you. It's for humans of Earth to finally take their power back and unite. And the only thing that unites everything in this universe is love. Everything that binds all things together, there's only one stuff, it's love, the frequency of love. Because love is not only a feeling, it transcribes as a feeling in human behavior and experience, but it is more than a feeling. What generates this feeling, it's a frequency. And this frequency is the frequency that binds the universe together, heart to heart, from the heart of a cell to the heart of another cell, from the heart of an atom to the heart of another atom, from the heart of a human being to the heart of another human being, from the heart of a human being to the heart of a star, to the heart of a galaxy, to the heart of the universe. It binds all hearts together. I wish that we take this key, which is love, and that we open the door of our beautiful future.